Wholesaling in 2026 feels like 2008 all over again. Guys, it's Rick, and in this video, I'm going to show you how history tends to rhyme. It doesn't exactly repeat. And I'm going to show you actually how to survive and learn the lessons from 2008. And honestly, I believe 2026 is one of the best opportunities I've seen in a long time in wholesaling. But before I get into it, do me this favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share this video with someone who wants to learn wholesaling. So if you go back to my videos back in 2022 and maybe even 23, I told you wholesaling, specifically in real estate, the market shifts very slowly. Nothing like the stock market, and it is a slow, long grind. And so I have to give you a little history lesson of how we wound up where we are. And I want to show you the opportunity, and I want to show you how everything is cyclical in real estate, and specifically how you can benefit as a wholesaler going in 2026. Now, the real estate market has been slowly eroding really since late 2021 and early 2022. And here we are rolling in 2026, almost 4 years later. And I can't help but notice the similarities from 2008. In fact, it's crazy. If you can learn the lessons from history, that's why we teach history in schools, or at least we used to. You can learn from this. So everybody's trying to run a sprint in wholesaling. It's always been problematic. It has been the worst I've seen in the last 5 years. And I want to show you how to do the marathon. But let's go through the history lesson first. How did we wind up this? Well, don't go anything further back than the pandemic. I don't want to relive it. It's terrible. But it was a crazy time. And most of you experienced, it doesn't matter what business you were in, it was crazy. In fact, during the pandemic, it was some of the best time to ever do wholesaling. And the value I want you to understand is when everybody else is running, you have to go into it. Do you notice a trend coming up in 2026? So what happened right after the pandemic to offset it? The Fed dropped to super low, historically low interest rates, almost zero at the Fed level, and people went nuts. They were buying everything. There was a lot of property for sale. There was a lot of fear in the market, and smart investors grabbed everything. But the problem is the smart investors got overridden by the speculators. And speculators like low interest rates, I'm just going to buy. Guys, listen, interest rates are only one derivative of real estate. And to me, they're actually one of the least important as a wholesaler in regards to buying a property, but they tend to drive the market behavior. And that's the lesson I want you to learn here. When rates drop very low, like right now, as I shoot this video, we're around 6.1, and we've been hovering at 7.25 for really the last 2 or 3 years. And what happens is these low rates just drove insatiable demand. Remember that when rates drop, people get excited. And the crazy part is the purpose of that is to stimulate the economy. People pour capital into it, and they want to buy real estate because they think they can lock in a 30-year mortgage, and this is going to pay him for the rest of his life. This has been going on since the turn of time in real estate. So that created all these people bought properties at 3%. They didn't even care if they got a good deal. It was some of the best time I've ever seen in wholesaling. It was because speculators overran the wholesalers. I'm getting to it, trust me. So now we have a market that's held hostage by a certain percent of really sub 3.5% interest rates. And people are like, why am I going to sell my house to get a 6 or 7% interest rate? And I agree with them to some point, but it's created this vacuum lock where people aren't selling their property. They're waiting for what? Interest rates to go down. I call it house hostage. And you guys have probably talked to these sellers all the time. I could sell it, but how am I going to get a mortgage? I can't afford 6 or 7%. And that's the current state we're in right now. And because of these interest rates dropped, so much capital got flooded. I don't want to talk about the federal government that just printed money insatiably, handed out to everyone, the amount of fraud going on. It drove inflation through the roof. I mean, just crazy. We've never seen price increases like we saw from 21 and 22. It was out of control. And with the crazy demand, we created a new issue called housing affordability issue. And what did they do to offset that crazy inflation? The Fed raised the interest rates. And now we've had all these interest rates. They just started cutting them. But once again, there's going to be a huge lag effect on this. And so our current state going into 2026 right now, they're just starting to drop interest rates. We have a housing affordability problem. Mortgages are still expensive on the interest rate side. And we are entering into a weaker labor market, meaning unemployment's going up. So what does all this mean, Rick? Dude, that's a lot of stats stats and stuff. I get it. You need to relate as a wholesaler. It means all these things are stacking on each other and everything's putting pressure. So real estate markets work on a compound interest effect, meaning it doesn't react like the stock market does. Bad news overnight, stocks drop, 1-2%, and it can be a steady decline from there. Real estate, this has been happening since 2021. We're going into 2026, 4 or 5 years. And I told you, it's the long game. And we're going into 2026. I've never seen more fear in real estate. People are concerned about the economy. They're concerned about the labor market. People can't sell their houses. The days on market shooting up. Inventory's climbing every month. It's not going down. And now we have a consensus. The market and the homeowners are starting to go, oh crap, it's not that easy to sell my house anymore. Remember back in 2000, honestly, from 2013 to 2021, 22, it was the craziest market I've ever seen. In fact, it had nothing to do with wholesaling. Any average Joe could make it in wholesaling. Why? Because they weren't really wholesaling. They were just speculating. I buy 90 cents on the dollar and then I sell it for 105%. That's not wholesaling. That's speculation. All those would-be people have pretty much washed out. Guys, you are coming up at the greatest time I've seen in wholesaling really in the last 7 years, 10 years. We've had an enormous run from 2013 to 2022, and we're having a 4-year, what's the market doing? It's correcting itself. Guys, this is called evolution. Listen, you don't have to believe me. I'm not an economist. I'm a wholesaler. My hands are in it every day. But just go look at your YouTube, your Instagram, and look over the last, especially this year, all the people that have suddenly decided to exit wholesaling. Specifically, teachers, coaches, and gurus. This business didn't work out. I'm leaving. There's always a story behind it. I'm going to greener pastures. I'm going to, do meditation of field, which I love, by the way. I'm retiring. I'm going to do better things. What does this mean? It means all these crazy gimmicks that have been pitched the last 5 years to replace wholesaling. It's not that they don't work. They don't replace wholesaling. Did you really think going on MLS and talking to every agent was just going to get you tons of wholesale deals? Did you think novations was going to replace wholesaling? Guys, the paperwork in novations has nothing to do with wholesaling. Write a fake contract, implore a power of attorney, which you don't really have the legal authority, and pray to God that homeowner works with you with a 50% plus failure ratio. Then you guys tried PPL to find out you're just being sold old recycled cold call leads. You tried PPC, it worked, but the cost is too enormous and you don't have the capacity or the time to learn that industry because it's a whole nother industry, just like the fix and flip business. We know what the coaching and the wholesale courses went. We launched freewholesaling.com because it was just out of control. I saw the future. I am a marathon wholesaler. The reason all these people leave, and guys, I love creative financing, but the consensus is out. People have to go back to work that do creative financing because they're not generating any cash now. In fact, they're borrowing money. They're borrowing debt, and there's good debt and bad debt. But when you're paying retail for a property and your win is, I got a creative financing deal. I have so many creative financing deals coming back. There's lawyers involved. Guys, the handwriting's on the wall with creative financing. It needs to go in experienced hands. It is not to replace wholesaling. And the reason I bring it, I love creative financing. I just believe that you got to have some experience and you've got to get legal help because there's so many laws every state and there's just been a huge wave. All these methods have worked at one point, but they're sprints, and the sprints are all coming to an end. Why? Because a lot of the people that do it themselves says, hey, I'm leaving the business. I'm stepping away to do this. Listen, you only step away from things that aren't working. Nobody walks away from a successful business. I would never walk away from wholesaling, and I'm never going to walk away from talking to you guys because I love wholesaling. It's not for everyone. I'm the first to admit it. All these evolutions coming out, it's called evolution. It's nature's way of weeding out the stuff that doesn't work over time. Anything can look good in the short term. You can put lipstick on a pig, but eventually it's going to be a pig. That's just an animal analogy. That's not anyone specific. I'm just saying you can only mask something so long. And when the money runs out and the sales run out, evolution takes place and it washes out. So the first time in 2026, you actually have clarity in wholesaling. And if you, only the strong survive, guys. That's it. And everyone's got a story why they're leaving wholesaling. I've never seen so many stories on YouTube why they're leaving. And it's always to go to greener pastures and do something else. I've been in this business 23 years. Why on earth would I ever leave? You think it looks bleak now? You're leaving like every homeowner does. And with that mentality, when people run from real estate, wholesaling, whatever it is, I go all in. We have doubled down our wholesaling efforts. We are going all in. Right now, we're all in 2026. We're using AI to create the most super lists we can. We have the speed to get to them, and we're making sure we comply, that we generate our own marketing. Guys, the days of companies generating your outside marketing with ways that aren't compliant, they are highly risky, and you got got to wake up, specifically in PPL, guys. We are setting for the biggest stage in 2026 to run in wholesaling that I've seen in a long time. Remember, everybody looked like a hero from 2013 to 2021, 22. And you notice all these companies that trained you and gave you all these evergreen products, a lot of them are gone. And there's always a story why they left. People only leave something because it's not working. And if you're going to do sprints, it is exhausting getting on that hamster wheel. So what do? How do we survive? Go back to the fundamentals of wholesaling. These are the people that actually do it. Marketing is the number one skill set you can learn in wholesaling. And if you've avoided marketing for the last 5 years, get out of the business or learn how to do it yourself. You will not make it paying all these companies to do everything for you. It is the number one skill set you can learn, in my opinion, in all of real estate, especially in wholesaling. So why do you think hiring a PPL or a PPC company is going to save you? You're just going to give your profits to them. It's like pulling the lever at a casino. A few people hit and win and everyone gets excited about it. But for the most part, those casinos are cleaning your clock. And why do you think it's any different with these marketing agencies? Guys, go back to the fundamentals. Understand marketing and derive your own marketing. How you do it, completely up to you. Let's review some simple facts here that have made me survive 23 years plus in wholesaling. I never said it was easy. And specifically, the first 2 years was brutally hard for me. Here's the secret. I just didn't quit. And I stick to my acronym ODN. That is the type of motivated seller I'm looking for. Off market, direct the seller that needs to sell. If you just stick to this rule, you won't get burned by all these people promising you to give you motivated sellers, because most of the leads they're giving you are on market. You're not direct to the seller. You possibly could be on some of them, but most of them just want to sell. You need to find people that need to sell. Don't waste your time with the wants. The wants are 100 to 1 out there. 100 people want, 1 needs to sell. You got to find the ones that need to sell. If you want more help with that, go over to freewholesaling.com. Let's get started. I don't care if you got money or not. If you got the guts to do this business, you can do it. I didn't say it was going to be easy. So let's go through what you need to be successful moving on in 2026. Number one, you got to understand marketing. If you got money, you don't have money, just find out where you are. If you have no money, go over to freewholesaling.com. It's not going to be easy, but I've had plenty of people make $1 million plus by just following my strategies. If you're going to complain and whine, nothing I teach is going to work. It doesn't matter if it's paid or free. If you don't have the guts to do it and you're just going to try wholesaling, I already know the outcome. You're going to be a statistic. That's why 95% of all wholesaling courses fail, because you're not mentally ready to do the hard work that's required to do it. You're comparing it to your job. Dude, it was a job. You got a salary to work on somebody else's dream. So you're going to have to give everything you got to be your own boss. It's no exception. It is designed to be hard on purpose, because if it was easy, everybody would do wholesaling. So marketing. The next thing is you have to learn seller connection. There's only 2 things sellers want. And if you skip these 2 things, you won't get a good wholesale deal. If you think just offering price is the motivating factor, that's for people who want to sell the house with a realtor. It's only price, guys, 9 times out of 10. And I already tell you in wholesaling, if you pay the most, you won't last. So what do sellers want? Number one, they got to trust you. If they don't trust you, I don't even care what your offer is. It's not going to work. Number 2, you actually have to listen to them and solve their problem. If you can do those 2 things, you can buy any house you want from a seller that needs to sell. A seller that wants to sell, you're literally wasting your time. Do you want to pay full market price? Because that's not a business. That's a plan to go broke. Number 3, you have to make offers, and specifically low offers. I find it funny that people like, low offers are terrible. It is the fundamental principle of wholesaling. It's how you go about it that decides which way you're going to go. Now, there's a million different ways, but anyone tells you they don't make low offers, they're not wholesaling. How do you make a low offers? You have to get past the trust factor and you have to offer a solution. You pair that up with a low offer, you can get anything you want. But if you just want to get a yes right off your bat, go for it. Once again, you're going to sprint through wholesaling and you're not going to make the marathon, because I'm just going to keep on going. You might run faster, but I'll run longer. Why? Because I consistently make low offers. We teach you the go for no method. Why? Because if you get a yes on your first offer, I guarantee you overpaid for it. If you can't learn this fundamental skill, you'll never survive in wholesaling. It's just the truth. I learned this in my first year of wholesaling. I prefer to get a no up front. Most of you are taught to get a yes, and that's one of your prevailing problems when it comes to wholesaling. And it works in a speculator's market, but you're not in a speculator's market. You are in the core fundamentals of wholesaling going in 2026. And the next one is your follow-up has to be relentless. It's got to be crazy, because we have to do more volume going in 2026. We got to make up for your inexperience, and we got to give you as many opportunities. And the more volume you do, the more repetition you get. That is training for wholesaling. You cannot skip that part of the journey. I know everybody wants to. God knows I wanted to, but I couldn't. And the main thing is follow up. And with the volume you have to do in 2026, doing it without a software like XLeads seems insane. Like, how are you going to follow up up with 30 or 50,000 leads. The key here is AI. And when people say AI is like a scam or it's here to sell you something, you guys know you're all using AI to answer questions, legal questions, pull up recipes, do everything in your life, medical. Why do you think it's any different in wholesaling? In fact, you can have conversations because if I have 50,000 or 100,000, I have over 800,000 people in my database. Do you really think I got the time to hire like 30 salespeople to go through it? AI does it for me. It has conversations, it automates text, emails, everything. We send contracts, we send backup offers. Hey, did you get our offer? We changed the price. And I can get about a 10% engagement on that. Doesn't mean I get a contract, but the idea is AI queues people up because most of our deals come in the follow-up. And if you don't have a robust system and use AI to follow up, it's going to be really challenging in 2026. That is a fundamental core of wholesaling. I'm also using AIs to help cultivate better lists because the technology is getting better and better, and we're finding so many pain points. I was so impressed when we could do 2 or 3 pain points. Do you know we can analyze up to 38 pain points just on one seller? The technology is only going to get better. Guys, get a robust software, X Leads, whatever it's going to get you to the table, and don't go broke doing it. You can do it as low as $81 a month with X Leads. Check it out, xleads.com. And the last one, don't quit. That's what separates the winners from the losers. It's too easy to quit. In fact, I've quit internally on myself so many times I lost count, but I show up every day. You're going to have frustrating days. But guys, 2026, in my opinion, wholesalers are running. It looks like gurus are kind of running. Everyone's got a story why they're leaving. The truth is, people only leave stuff that doesn't work. And if you want to work in wholesaling, I believe 2026 is one of the greatest opportunities because it seems like there's more and more people looking to sell their house. And the people that wanted to sell the last year or two, a big percentage of them are going to shift the need. They're getting foreclosed on. They're not paying taxes. We have an affordability problem. Let's go help America with wholesaling because I learned my lesson back in 2008. I was scared to death. I started in 2003. And here we are 4 or 5 years later. I'm teaching you history doesn't necessarily repeat, but it rhymes. And I see the same indicators happening. The market's getting fear. Realtors are talking negative. Days on market's getting high. The amount of inventory is climbing. People are talking negatively about real estate. People are trying to depend on the Fed to stimulate it. Guys, this is the time to wholesale. I've never gotten more excited about wholesaling in 2026. And listen, anybody can wholesale when it's good. Those are speculators and they always get burned. If you want to run a marathon and you're tired of all these sprint tactics, everybody, if they're leaving you, they're leaving for a reason because it didn't work. The question is, are you going to go in? You're going to have to develop some skill sets. You're going to have to toughen up. And most importantly, don't quit. Guys, learn the lessons I learned back from 2008 going into 2026. I believe it is the year that we can really take advantage of, but you're going to have to put in the work. So guys, let me know in the comments if you're all in for 2026. And do me a favor, if you got value from this video, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video with someone who really needs to understand the fundamentals of wholesaling and make sure they can take advantage of it. Guys, this is Rick, and I'll see you in the next video.